Welcome back. Onegaishimasu. It's your boy Nito Senpai. I'm going over Ivara Prime, any form of Ivara. That's what I'm going over today. I worked on her a lot today, and it took me a while to find something that works best in Steel Path with her, cause she's something. She's something. But yeah, before I get into that, if you didn't know, if you do know, but if you didn't, it's Double XP weekend. The Lotus gave us double XP, so if you got stuff to level up, and there's alerts for 3 forma, 2 potatoes, get those done. Very helpful, very useful if you're trying to level stuff up. It definitely helped me out. So yeah, I'm gonna go over Ivara, the builds, everything. If you already know how to play her and you just want to see the build by itself, feel free to just skip and copy and do so. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, let's go over her first ability. It's called Quiver. She has 4 different distinctive arrows you could choose from, as you can see right there. So our first one is Cloak Arrow, right? You shoot it at the ground or wherever, and it's a stationary bubble that keeps you and allies invisible as long as you're in it. Step out, obviously you're gonna be seen. Step in, you're invisible. Got it? Obviously it lasts depending on duration, and yeah. Her second is Dash. So you shoot at the wall or any surface. It creates a zip line that she can stand on. And this will be very, very essential for her abilities. And I'll get to that later, but yeah, that's what the second arrow does. The third one is Noise Arrow. Basically what this does, it just shoots a noise arrow. The enemies will be like, oh shit, what the hell is that? Then they're gonna like walk towards it and see what the hell that noise was. And they realize it was nothing. It's basically just crowd control, groups them up. It's very good. It's decent. And her fourth one is Sleep Arrow. So you don't really necessarily need to shoot a target to make it happen. You just shoot the floor. It has a very good AOE on it. Her sleep, her sleep and her cloak and her dash wire are like her 3 best. I barely use a noise arrow at all. But yeah, those three are good for her first ability. That's her first ability. All right, her second ability is called Navigator. What this does is if you activate it and it shoots, so any bullet or any weapon that you are using, it'll shoot one shot and it'll go into this crazy cutscene, and then you can control the arrow or bullet as you see fit to hit your target, like so. Oh my gosh, that was very fast. Let me try again. So yeah, it's it's something. If you want to keep it on there, go for it. But I'm definitely gonna assume something else over it because it's not that great. If you want to keep it, fine. I've seen people use it for like boss shenanigans, or they go into like a boss fight. They'll sit at spawn and use the freaking navigator arrow and just make it fly all the way over to the boss and just one shot the boss. It's funny, but this ability is not that useful. It's not her best ability in her kit. But yeah, that's her second ability. Her third is Prowl, which is very useful, one of her bests. What she does, she goes into the stealth. She's invisible. She cannot sprint. She can only walk around like so. That's it. She can roll. You can't you can't slide. If you slide, you come out of invisibility with it. So you can only walk and roll. You can't run. You just walk and roll. You can double jump. You can walk and roll. That's it. Any other type of movements, you will come out of this invisibility. Or if you're using a weapon that has loud noise on it, you'll automatically come out of invisibility. So pairing up a bow or any type of silent weapon with her will do you just fine. You will stay in cloak mode as long as you have a weapon that, is silent. So yeah, you can also use this ability to pickpocket enemies to get loot out of them if you stand close enough to them. See, like so. They're just dropping orbs and shit like that because obviously it's simulacrum, but it ain't. I don't think it's that useful. I don't see me using that shit at all, like at all, bro. You get 100% extra loot if you just stand close to them and pick. It's like a pickpocket. I don't see any use for this at all, but yeah. All right, last but not least, her fourth ability is her Exalted Bow, the Artemis Bow. So just magically appear a bow out like so, and the standard bow has it shoots a horizontal thing of arrows, which is very good. You can pair it for multi-shot. It'll shoot. With this bow, you can mod it, of course. Also, when using her Exalted Bow, and if you pair it with her first ability, she has an alt fire. So wherever you're playing on and you're using an alt fire, you can shoot one of her quiver arrows, which would be very useful too. So you can shoot the sleep arrow with the Exalted Bow way quicker instead of just using it normally. So any of the arrows you want to use to swap over, you just swap them over and just use your alt fire, and it's way faster. And yeah, all of her abilities are all freaking efficient heavy. They're all drained. They all drain energy a lot. That's the main thing. So yeah, that's her fourth. So how do you play Ivara? The first thing you want to do that I've realized is you need to have a setup camp. So you either go into your Prowl, find a good spot, find a good tile set, good area, good decent open area, and cast some zip lines and chill. So anytime you cast your Prowl, which is your invisibility, and you're on a zip line, the drain for your energy, for your abilities, will last longer as long as you're on a zip line. If you stay off of a zip line, your energy drain for your abilities will go down like crazy. So staying on a zip line will keep her invisible at all times. She's very stealthy. Her whole kit is just straight stealth. That's it. The best way to play her is just set up camp. Stay on a zip line, catch her exalted, put enemies to sleep, and just go crazy. This is the build that I came up with her. This build is not final. I will be switching it out here and there. I did my best, so this is what I got. Enemy radar. You can put whatever Exilus mod you want. I got enemy radar. Prime sure-footed or prime skill issue. So, knockdowns just in case. This is like a safe thing, so I don't get fucked up. Um, Vigor, prime vigor. She'd be better off modding her for shield, but I just went with vigor for both. So I'm gonna be invisible most of the time with her. You have to stay invisible with her most of the time to keep her alive because you don't want to be in sight. She's squishy as shit. She'll die very easily. Just treat her like Octavia, kind of. Prime continuity, prime flow for energy, stretch for some range. Her augment. This is literally her best augment here that she owns. Concentrated arrow. So the exalted arrow will turn into just one singular arrow and give you a 25 base critical chance on full charge and 50% chance it explodes in a 7-meter radius on weak points. So you just have to hit headshots, which is not a problem because you can sleep them and you know, that's free headshots. Streamline, you definitely need Streamline for efficiency with her to keep her abilities active at all times, to keep them up. Strength, you can go with regular Intensify if you want, or in Augur Secrets, or you can just be flex and change this mod out to whatever you want. The Arcane Energize, it does work with Drain uh, channeled abilities. She needs this to keep her abilities up so they last. And Crepuscular, while invisible, you gain 30% ability strength and times 3 final critical damage. So, yeah. Newer players, you can definitely copy the same build and just use the regular, like so. But Concentrated Arrow is your best bet. Um, Another build you can do is Infiltrates if you're just doing a spy mission, but there's way better frames out there like Wukong and Noko that can do just as good, if not better, and Loki, which Loki sucks though, but yeah, Infiltrate, this allows Ivara to bypass laser barriers and gain an extra movement speed if you're doing a spy mission. But if you're just going for all around content, Concentrated Arrow is the best bet for you. And that is the build. Here is the mod setup for her bow. Got Galvanized Scope, Galvanized Chamber for multi-shot and headshot damage. This will be very, very powerful with her augment. Vital Sense for crit damage. Hunter Munitions, because this is very good also, which will bypass enemies' health. The slash will fuck their health up and spread the slash with the explosion. So that's also good. Speed trigger, so that way your charge time for when you're, cocking back the bow will be very quick, so you can shoot faster. Prime rounds, Magellan Force, that gives you viral because viral is the strongest combination of element against everything. And critical delay for 200% crit chance. And yeah, fire rate, obviously make up the fire rate with speed trigger. You could put terminal velocity in here for the for the for the Exilus, so you can just have more projectile speed, so it'll be quicker. But you don't really need anything there. And primary deadhead, you definitely want that because all you're going to be doing is hitting headshots. That is it. All right, so here's a demonstration with the augment. So you want to set up camp, like I told you. Go invisible. Artemis Bow. What I like to do is sleep a crowd, shoot the enemies in the head, cause an explosion, keep the chain going. This will clear crowds up. Like I said, this is her best thing. The gameplay is very slow. It's not fast paced. You're not gonna be all quick with it and shit, but this is literally the best. This is her best out of everything that she can do and she can manage and still pass. So this will do you justice. All right, let's go over shards real quick. So the shards, you want to go with parkour velocity to make her movement speed a lot quicker during stealth or rolls, so she can roll a little quicker if you prefer. Casting speed, so you can cast your exalted bow a lot quicker, so you can have it out faster, because it is a little slow. You definitely want to have maximum energy on spawn because she needs it, so that way you can have your abilities up, so you can cast them, so you can prepare yourself for wherever you're going to camp. You can either go with duration or strength for the 2 red shards. So 3 yellows, 2 reds, and that's what I went for the shards. As far as the helmet, as far as what you want to subsume, you could subsume. You could put ensnare, which would be good for grouping enemies up. The only problem is you can't use this ability on her zipline. You have to step off the zipline to use it. I literally switched through like 3 different subsumes. I went with ensnare. You can't use it on the zipline. Then I went with Marks for death. You can't use that on the zip line either. Or roar, which I have roar on now. You can't use roar on the zip line either. But those are the three options. You can also go with nourish too, but you can't use that on the zip line either. You have to step off the zip line, use nourish before you know, get back on the zip line and do your thing. So yeah, those are the Subsumes I recommend for her, and yeah. All right, let's dive into the Steel Path Survival. Took her out first, a little spinny spin, you know what I'm saying? So, Ivara, man. She is a very unique frame, man. She can hold her own, you know what I mean? She could do what it do, like, you know what I'm saying? If you're solo, if you're running solos, if you like running solos, doing survivals, because that's the best way to get enemies grouped up. The enemy spawns is crazy. She's hella good. She can hold her own. But in a group, in a squad, man, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, bro. See, the Alkali, he just messed me up. He took me out of my biz and all that. I took care of him though with the glaives. That's all I threw out. I had the glaive prime on, but yeah. But let's talk about the cons. The cons, see, well, you have to stay invisible with her at all times. I hate staying on the floor playing as her. I don't know why. I just feel like the zipline camp thing that I got going on, I'm pretty sure that's how you're supposed to play her, bro. Because if you're on the floor with her invisible, you're not. It's just you're gonna drain, your abilities are gonna drain way quick, like way faster. Like you're not gonna be able to keep them shits up. But that augment is her best augment, honestly, because I haven't seen any other. I've saw other builds without that augment, but this is the only augment that will literally just keep her in Steel Path, bro. Like, that's very good for Steel Path. She can just clear groups like crazy, as you can see. But the cons is either running out of energy during, like, in mid survival, you gotta like get down there and get the all right, listen. If you're in a survival and you're doing gameplay with her and shit, you're playing with her, just make sure your zip lines aren't too high up in the air, if that makes sense. Don't put them up in the air that high, because stay like low to the ground as possible, not too low. So that way, you know, you can be able to pick up energy to keep your abilities up. So that way Arcane Energize can proc. You know what I'm saying? So you can keep your abilities up and just keep, you know, assassinating things while you're invisible. That's the thing. Because if you're too high up in the air with the zip line, you won't be able to get the energy and all that stuff that drops on the floor and shit. And your companion can't pick them up with the vacuum because you're too high in the air to grab them. You know what I'm saying? Companions, I would pair them up with is the Panzer, Death Cube, or Nautilus Prime, because Nautilus he can group enemies up, obviously, with the with the mod. He'll group them up, pair them up for you, so that way you can sleep a bunch of enemies if you want. And yeah, that's what I like to do. But that's all I do. I put them to sleep, wait till a group piles up, put them to sleep, just start headshotting. That's it, bro. That's all you do with her. That's all you do with her. I want to take her to a Void Cascade, like in a group, but I feel like it's not gonna work because like the way how fast paced everybody works and how fast paced the game is, it's not gonna. I feel like it's not gonna work for me. I'm gonna have to be keeping up with everybody and shit, and Ivara's not that type of person to keep up. And then if you have to move to another area, you gotta like, you can't. You can't, because you have to get out of you have to get out of invisibility so you can move your ass to the next area, or your best bet is just to use operator and just go void sling to the next spot. That's your best bet because once she's out of stealth and enemies see her, they will light her the fuck up, bro. She would get lit the fuck up. So that's it. That's it, bro. But like, she's a good frame, bro. Like, if D reworked her a little bit, maybe gave her like maybe allowed her to run during her stealth or something, that would be cool, bro. Like, please, something, bro. Give her a little change. Give her a little change to where she can, keep up with the vibes and shit, bro. Cause I think she's been a little outdated, bro. Last time she ain't get no rework. Cause the last time I pulled up on this game was like uh a minute ago, and she never got changed, bro. She never got changed yet. So if she does get a change, I'd like to see I'd like to see that, bro, because she needs it, 100%. But if you like her and this is one of your frames that you enjoy, this will work for you. This will work for you in regular steel path or regular star chart. This will do you justice. So this is the way to play her. There's no other way to play her. You could mod her for melee. You could go with like a melee build or whatever the hell you want, sort of. But that's up to you. But I, I prefer. I really rather you not, honestly. But I was struggling with her. I went through like 3 different survivals, messing around, trying to see how it will work. The arcanes are very versatile. They're very flexible. You can just go with arcane rage, which will also increase your headshots damage. But the 2 arcanes, energize is a must. Please, bro, you need energize. You need fucking energize unless you're gonna replace a mod with like equilibrium or some shit. But either way, energize is a must because once you're off that zip line, bro, your shit is just gonna go down, bro. But yeah, man, she's good, bro. She's decent. Overall rating I would give her, comparing to the meta now, she's like a solid. She's like 6.5 right now. Because nobody's really using her. Nobody's really using her. Where in the hell have you ever seen an Ivara during any type of freaking matchmaking gameplay at all? Never. Not once. You barely see Ivara players at all, bro. At all. So your best bet is just to run her solo. But I hope this helps. And that's it. Okay. So, you've seen enough. I've shown enough. I hope this helps. I really hope DE makes some touches on her. I like her. I want to keep using her. As far as being in a group, if you're with a squad, you'll probably struggle a lot because you know people don't like to be in one place for too long. They move around a lot. You're not going to be able to control the crowd like you want to. You're not going to be able to camp like you want to. So, yeah, which is going to allow you to move around the map a lot. If you're trying to take her out to some high level shit, and she'll struggle. She'll struggle to keep up. That's the problem. So she's better off. You're better off playing with her solo, honestly. If you enjoy her, she's very good solo by herself. So yeah, that's the vid. That's the build. All that shit. It's your boy Nito Senpai. Like, sub. Please say thank you very much. Arigato. And I'll see you in the next vid.